Warner Brothers television production.
The Bugs Bunny Show.
Overture, curtain lights, this is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing and nursing a part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights, this is it, we'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it. Tonight, what heights we'll hit. On with the show, this is it.
And now, that Oscar-winning rabbit, Bugs Bunny.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Got the hot drive on modulator and the two-day uneven flow. Inside the time space continuator, there's a flex mount that's set to go. This thing is vertical, retractable, reversible, submerge your boat and jam it in. And the mechanism cross the divide and multiply and disk drive it, jam it in. Let's jam it in. Plug the main out into the AC. I've got the steam pre to heat it up. If there's a dropout inside the timepiece, in the jam scene, we'll lock it up. I've been building it, planning it, dreaming it, manning it, jamming it, jamming it. And if I pull a switch and nothing hits, I'll do it all again. Right now, I give everything I've got. Journey up hill, no doubt. I believe in everything you are. Journey up hill today. In the undergrid, we're getting
Hey everyone, I was just starting to get into that rad ska music on Keith's Mighty Mascots intro. How is everybody? I hope you're doing great. Keith gave me a little bit of a heart attack. he's in the green room and he just showed up, and I was going, how many trailers can I play before Keith comes on the show? We have like a 3-hour time difference, and sometimes, you know, between East Coast, West Coast, Central Time, UK time, people kind of get thrown off, and I was going, I better check my messages to make sure that I said 5 o'clock my time, which is 8 o'clock his time, and it was that. So I was just saying, please God, help Keith remember to come on the show today, because I don't know if I can wing an entire hour-long Mighty Mascots show on my own. But he's here. Thank God. Thank you, Keith. I'm glad you're here, my friend. He's probably had a long weekend. If you've seen his posts on Twitter, he just got like, did you say like 600 pounds of comic books or something, Keith? Something like that. And he put them all in his Ford Focus. and if you could see, we'll probably play the little Twitter clip so you can see what Keith had to deal with this weekend. So I'm sure he is a tired puppy, but he wanted to he accepted my invite to come on this special edition of coffee and comics, or comics and coffee. I don't know how many of you guys are drinking coffee at like 8 o'clock at night. If you are, I hope it's decaf. I'm just going with a simple glass of water right now, which is very refreshing. But let me go ahead and say hi to the chat first before we get started. And I'll take my little banner off here. So let's see who we have in the chat. We have Alex. Hey, Alex, thank you for joining us. It's nice to see you here. Ray, our faithful moderator, is here. Thank you, Ray. Beard Zerker, yes, we are still campaigning that book, and Keith is actually our letterer on Beard Zerker. If we have a little bit of time, we could probably show you what we're up to on that. But mainly I want to focus on Keith's project because I'm a big fan, and I'm sure everybody would like to see what he's been working on so diligently over the last probably the last year. I mean, this is 3 books that he's coming out with all at the same time, so that's quite a undertaking. Shadowhawk, thank you. Nice to see you. And we have he said you backed the Mascots at the cereal box tier. Can't wait to see it in person. You know, you reminded me, Shadowhawk, I have a package that I'll have to run upstairs and get, because I told people I would be unboxing something that Keith sent me. And it actually, I think it's going to have a cereal box in it. So once I saw Keith advertise that cereal box, I said, I got to have that. And thankfully, he still had some of those remaining in stock. Hey, Billy Baxco is here. Nice to see you, sir. Eric McIntyre, thank you for being here, Eric. You know, we can ask Keith if he still might have, back issues or this current overstock on Mighty Mascots 3 through 6. So, maybe you did miss out. So hopefully Keith can fulfill some of those things. It looks like Past Master Dan is here. Thank you, Past Master. The Beam Pad, nice to see you. And is there anybody else? My wife. Hi, Laura. Good to see you. Hey, honey, would you mind bringing down that big white plastic wrapped envelope that's right on the counter above the fax machine? And that's what Keith sent me. And so that way I won't have to break away and run down there. So thank you, Laura, if you're watching this. Eric says, I have money, Keith. He's got the moolah, buddy. He's got the moolah. Herrenberg is here. Thank you, Herrenberg, for being here. 24 Eyes. Thank you. And Edwin. Hi, Edwin. Good to see you. All right. So without further ado, what's this? No chair stream. What does that mean? I don't know what you mean by that, Past Master Dan. Oh, I see. Like just streaming with just you guys looking at an empty chair. That's not really good for the like and subscribe thing that we're trying to get you guys to do. So I won't leave you. We're going to, sorry to disappoint. All right. Well, without any further ado, I want to bring in the man of the hour, our beloved creator of Mighty Mascots. And that would be Keith. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Don. What's up? Sorry for the scare.
Have you ever been there on that end where you're the host and you're not there?
Oh, yeah. Because like when you do, when you're linked to like Facebook and some of the other, the other applications when you stream, like Facebook, for some reason, if you're 5 minutes late, you have to reconnect everything. It's bizarre, but
yeah,
well, I understand.
I had lots of filler to keep people entertained until you got here, but
good.
After like 10 minutes, they probably start leaving. You came. How was your day?
Oh, dude, it's just been nuts. That's why I was running a little late. Just so I still have my 9 to 5 job, and then you take those few minutes and you want to get a few things done, and so it's
right.
Like, yeah,
you look pretty refreshed. I mean, you look like you look refreshed and not like I would think that if you were lugging these big boxes around and now you're probably unloading them and have you started to actually fulfill the orders?
Well, yeah, the box, the bulk of the weekend was like going through everything. I mean, I don't know if you saw a picture of it on Twitter. I mean, it was like,
let's pull this up.
Yeah, it was.
I'll pull up your Twitter here. I think I've got it. Is this the screen here with your? No, that's the. I'm showing off the cover artwork, aren't I?
Oh yeah, that's
Okay,
one of the
that's
variant covers.
okay.
Let me see.
That's
I
the
probably
wrong
have it
one.
on my. Check my Instagram. I think my Instagram has it on there. Just a still
Actually,
photo of the actual. I think my Instagram's at mighty_mascots.
okay. Let me see if I
I'll
have
look
it.
while you're looking as well, and if I find it, I can share my screen here.
Okay, I had it up here on Twitter. I know it's just if I scroll down here, I can find it because it was just like this weekend. So yeah, here we go.
You find
Here we
it?
go. Yeah. So let me go back out to that and make sure that I share the right one. Thanks for putting up with my 50s boomer. Okay, so this is correct, right, Keith? This is you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so
that's not
you know
a
what?
mascot either. That's my my COVID mask.
You know what? I don't think I shared audio, so let me make sure I do that. I am really lagging here today.
Well, the one I was pointing at was the picture below it. That's what I saw coming at me at the
Oh, right,
back of the truck. I'm like, oh my Lord. I was like,
you're going.
I was like that. I was like, I couldn't even fathom how many comics are in there.
Where did they meet you at? Like at a dock or?
Well, I had we live on kind of like a crappy road where like it looks like the whole road's been destroyed, and they wouldn't come down the street with an 18-wheeler, so I had to drive like 5 minutes away to meet the guy. And it was just like in a parking lot of some other business. I felt bad because like I literally had to cut some of the boxes and because I couldn't fit it all in my Ford Focus. So I had to actually break down a bunch of boxes, and I had to end up using the company's like dumpster, So,
wow.
Yeah. Because I had no room to put like the empty boxes anywhere, So it was just like, it was bad, but it was, we did it. I got it all in there and was able to make it home. Thank God I didn't run by a cop, though. I probably would have been pulled over easily because
Gotcha.
You couldn't see through the rear view, and I was scrunched up so close to the wheel, Yeah, it was bad.
Eric says you probably have about a dozen comics there, but
right. At least, right? Yeah.
Honestly, how many comic books are on this pallet?
Oh God, I didn't count them. I probably could get a count for you, but it looks like so each one of those long boxes has 2 boxes inside of it, and inside those 2 boxes, I believe there's about 240 comics in each little box. So that's what almost 600 comics in one of those big boxes. So
wow. So
yeah, so at least maybe $3,000 to $5,000 there at least,
So are you gonna keep all these, or do you send like what you have left over to Alterna, or did they have their own shipment that they're getting, or?
I think they're doing their own shipment. So basically I have enough in there to fulfill the campaign. And then I have a handful, probably maybe about 300 of each copy after that, except for the variants for me to sell at shows. The variants we didn't make a lot of. I overprinted a little bit because, there's going to be, usually in each of these shipments, the first couple at the top of the box are usually destroyed. So
right.
and then you want to keep some just in case, shipments get lost or whatever, the way the mail is. So
is this printer, where are they based out of?
I think Alterna uses Eagle Web, I think it's called, or something like that. Eagle Web Press or something.
Yeah.
They're the ones that do the newsprint. So
yeah, I love that. I think it's great. Can I play the video of you?
You want to? Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, I want to play this video. Hopefully.
Hey everybody, this is Keith Gleason with Mighty Mascots, and we finally got the comics today. So I I don't think I was ready for the sheer number of comics. So here's my car. Here's the front and passenger seat.
Good thing you didn't bring your wife.
Yeah, I know, right? Seat. I don't even know if you can even see. Well, that was a funny story too. I'll tell you after. Here's the trunk, and that's a double stack.
So everything fit in that was on that pallet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, and then I still had 4 extra boxes that I had to break down. I mean, this is awesome. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Thanks a lot. We're going to start fulfilling this campaign.
That's crazy.
Amy was going to drive there and come with her car to help as well. But during the week, our refrigerator died, so we had to get a new refrigerator, and of course, both were scheduled on Friday, and like the refrigerator was supposed to come in the morning between 9 and 10, and then my comics were supposed to be in the afternoon, and that morning I was like, both these deliveries are going to happen at the same friggin' time. And that's exactly what happened. So Amy had to stay at the house while those guys brought in the refrigerator. And I was like, well, I got to go get these comics. So I ran out and did that. And yeah, it was just, one of those days where just everything was going wrong, but at the end of it, everything was good, so.
But you did it. So before I start asking you questions about Mighty Mascots, Eric had mentioned he missed out on the campaign. Is there any way that they can get? Obviously, you've got overprints of 4, 5, and 6, but as far as the other perks go, is there any chance that people might be able to cobble together something off your website, or what are your plans on?
Yeah, let me see. The perks I don't really have listed yet. I may get into that at some point. It just depends on what's left over and after everything. On my website, I think issues 1, 2, and 3, and the giant issue on there available. But if Eric's, I'm gonna probably be doing another campaign. I don't know, when yet. Maybe by the end of the summer if everything lines up, or into the fall. But I want to do the next campaign for issues 7, 8, 9, and I'll probably offer, one of the one of the tiers would be all 9 issues, to get caught up. So, and then whatever I have left over for perks, I'll probably either repurpose or, we'll see. We'll see what else. I'll probably have some cereal boxes left over, but I don't know yet.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Cool. So for those of us that either watch this and don't know what Mighty Mascots is and aren't familiar with the characters, can you give us kind of a elevator pitch and maybe a little bit of how you came to create them? Because I know you sent me some issues of your earlier books, which was I think it was Hero Envy, right? Which had I started Mighty Mascots in a book called Reckless Chronicles. That's right, the Reckless Chronicles. Okay.
Yeah, that was for me, I wanted to work on multiple properties at the same time. And when you work on a comic, it's like once you start a comic, you're committed to that comic for however long it takes to get made. Where I wanted to do an anthology where I could work on 3 separate stories at once, and that's what that book was. And one of the stories was Mighty Mascots. And basically it's about a group of cereal mascots, and they were brought to life by like a 3D printing accident, and they become like a superhero group for justice, basically. It's my homage to like Saturday morning cartoons, and then also the way Marvel Comics used to be in like the 70s and 80s, just superhero stories, no political BS, just, just fun. Like, the whole feeling I want you to get when you read the book is like you're sitting down on Saturday morning with a bowl of cereal and about to watch like a 5-hour block of cartoons. That's what this book is trying to emulate.
That's why I loved it, because it just, out of the big stack that Alterna sent me in a sampler, that one jumped out to me. I wasn't familiar with your your book until then, and it just immediately warmed my my inner childhood
Awesome.
boy. So was it Reckless Chronicles? Was it number 1 or 2 that they first had their first appearance?
I'd say one is the first appearance. And then I also did, I reprinted that 8 pages into like what I called a breakfast sampler or something like that. So I still have a couple of those kicking around somewhere.
So you can still get, how many, do you still offer these back issues of like Reckless Chronicles for sale on Hero Envy?
Is it on there? It might be. I know like they did something weird with the websites where like, you know, to have a store now, you have to pay so much money to have more than like, you know, so many listings on your website. So I have like the lowest one, which is where you can only list 10 items. So I think I only have Mighty Mascots related stuff on there right now.
Okay.
But yeah, right there is like the different covers, and Hero Envy was the first comic I worked on, which was actually based off a web show that me and my buddies used to do back in like 2005. It's horribly un PC, so I don't really recommend people go check it out, but it's still on YouTube if you ever want to watch it. But it's basically me, and it's like Big Bang Theory, but if Big Bang Theory was actually funny, like that's what Hero Envy was. So, it was like, you know, it was like a geek sitcom basically with 4 geeks like living in an apartment and just, you know, getting into wacky stuff, you know.
And I saw Frankie Washington was your original artist. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's the one that designed actually the designs of the mascots and the look of them, and then Ian kind of took his designs and just brought it up to another level, you know.
Okay.
Which is amazing. And I wanted to thank Eric there. Yeah, thanks. The Robot Brothers are great. I love those characters too.
So Keith, tell us, how did you make the jump from being, it looks like you were kind of doing the self-publishing thing, and then how did the relationship with Alterna start?
Just, you know, like the normal, like just submitting the book, like, you know, like you would do with any publisher. I was aware of Alterna, but I think they became more on my radar when Pete started the newsprint stuff. I knew they were just doing graphic novels before that, and when he started the newsprint thing, I was like, oh, that's genius, you know, going back, because that's, you know, it's a huge thing with comics now, is like you can't get a comic for cheap, you know, $5 is like the starting point on like a Batman issue now, you know.
Right.
And when I saw that Pete was doing like the $1.50 price point, I was like, yeah, this guy gets it. You know, this guy's going against everything in the industry, you know, and I love that about Pete. And so I met him maybe about 6 months after he started doing the newsprint comics. And I would also, you know, I run a convention over here on the East Coast too, called Plastic City Comic Con. So I went to talk to him about, you know, having Alterna at the show, and that's when I first met Pete. And yeah, we hit it off. You know, Pete's such a great guy. And I told him, and I'm sure he hears this all the time. I was like, oh yeah, I got this comic that I'd love to pitch to you, you know. And it's like, I'm sure in his head he's like, yeah, here we go, another one, you know. But like, so I pitched it to him, and he already knew Frankie. Him and Frankie had worked on some things before. And so I sent it to him, and the next show I saw him at, he came up to me and he was like, oh, you know, you guys got something here, you know. He's like, here's what I like about it. You know, just typical publisher kind of telling you, this is what I like about it, A, B, and C, and this is what I don't like about it. And then he said, you know, it's not quite there yet, but if you feel like taking this feedback and, you know, resubmitting down the road, go for it. And that's what I did. I basically took everything he said, which he was 100% right on, and then redid the first issue and resubmitted it, and then that's when I got a contract with Alterna. So you've read the Reckless Chronicle issues, right? The
Yes.
two parts of the Mighty Mascots. So what he didn't like, and which I agree with him, I was kind of doing what you've seen the horrible like Michael Bay Transformer movies, right? Like he was doing, I was doing what Michael Bay was doing, where I was like making the humans like Manny and the other guy Trevor, the main characters instead of the Mighty Mascots, which Michael Bay does with the Transformers movies. Because he said, the mascots are your star, not the humans. And I was like, yeah, he's right. So when you read the first issue of the one that I released with Alterna, you'll see that like the mascots are like front and center. They're kind of doing everything in the whole issue. And yeah, I took all his feedback, went back, reworked the story. And none of it was really like stuff that I couldn't live with, or just, it was all changes that I thought were good and made the property a lot better and a little more appealing. So yeah, I redid it and submitted it, and he liked it the second time, and I got the contract after that. So, and then we started publishing it. But see, it's changed over the years. Like at first it was supposed to be just miniseries. Like Alterna was just doing miniseries. They weren't doing ongoing books. So I was just going to keep doing a series of miniseries. But then like halfway through doing the second miniseries, that was when Pete said, well, you can be ongoing now if you want, because we're not with Diamond anymore. And I was like, okay. So so instead of the issues 4, 5, and 6 being another miniseries, we changed it so they could be renumbered it to be 4, 5, and 6. Instead of another one of 3, which makes it better because like, you've seen other companies that do that. It's like, you don't even know where to start because there's like millions of number ones and you know what I mean? So I think it's better to just have an ongoing book, so.
Is it, whose plan was it to do 3 issues at a time? Was that Pete's or yours?
Well, Pete, he was kind of gaming the system with Diamond. Because with Diamond, especially with indie publishers, it always the number 1 sells the most, and then for some reason 2, 3, and 4 keep going downhill, and you sell less and less copies. So him doing a series of miniseries was kind of gaming the system because you'd have a new number 1, every year or so.
Right.
So it's like almost rebooting the property in a way, But now with Indiegogo and then like having it ongoing, we're seeing the opposite. We're seeing the numbers go up on the later issues, which is how readership is built,
Right.
You can't do it in like the way Diamond's system is. It's just archaic and you can't grow a readership, It's kind of sad, but
have there been I'm sorry, Keith, have there been multiple printings of the first issue runs? Or I mean, I've got the giant one. That was the one that
that's the collected edition. There's the number 1, 2, and 3 are in a second printing, and I think you could tell by the up where in the corner box there where it says Alterna, where it's red. He changes the color on there. That's how you can tell if you're reading a different printing. I think it's the first printings all start in red, and I think the second printing might be in gold. Okay. Maybe silver changes, so that's how you can tell.
Wow,
but,
nice.
Yeah.
So there's no like little text inside the book that says like second printing. It's only by the.
Let me check.
I
have one right here, actually. I have. Oh wait, no, I don't. Okay. I just have the new issues here. Oh, I'll have to check on that and let you know.
Okay, no problem, buddy. So, yeah, people are saying they kind of like the ongoing number thing.
It's so easy because then you don't have to worry about like. I mean, I'm trying to think of an example of something I just got into recently. you shouldn't have to do homework to try and get in on a series. You know what I mean? You
Right.
shouldn't have to go on Wikipedia and figure out, okay, which one of these comes first. And it's just nuts. How cool is this Popeye shirt, by the way?
Oh, that's why someone mentioned Popeye.
Isn't that
earlier.
awesome? Look at it.
Yeah,
It's like they took the I can't even see if you can see it closer, but they took like the old pencil drawings and then put it on a shirt,
That's cool.
That's
Someone
very
mentioned
cool.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolute artwork.
I'm
I was
not even
wondering
big
why.
fan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering why that comment was in the chat, and it's because you're wearing a Popeye shirt.
I'm not even that big on Popeye. I like some of the old stuff, but like this shirt, I was like, that's awesome. I would love to see other shirts like that,
Nice,
anyways,
buddy.
Sorry
So
for the
you were-
tangent.
Oh, that's okay. You were kind enough to send me some graphics of these the new
Yes.
covers and so forth. So
So what you're looking at, that cover right there is the so there's like 4, 5, and 6 have a regular cover by Ian and Anton.
okay.
And then for the campaign, there was 2 variants of each issue. So plus I also got this, which Pete sent this today, or with my shipment, which is the sketch cover. This was from the Alterna campaign. So he sent me, I don't know how many of these, but it's really nice. I think I'm going to maybe try my hand at sketching something on here, and then
Awesome.
Amy's going to do some as well. But I also, so here's the cover of 4, which I really love that image.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so this is the new villains, the Boss Brigade, which is they're video 8-bit video game based. You can kind of tell who they all kind of represent,
I have your trailer loaded up, so we can play that in just
oh,
a
okay,
minute.
yeah, that'd be great. One
I
thing
really
Pete
like your
did on
trailer.
this issue, which which is kind of a bonus for people, which I don't know if anyone will do, but like the inside cover is almost a fold out poster. He didn't tell me he was doing this, but like if you look inside, like it's the image from the Giant issue. So this is kind of a bonus thing that I didn't know Pete was going to do.
Oh, sweet.
Isn't that neat? Like,
yeah, that's really sweet.
The other great thing, there's no ads in here. It's just the only ad in here is like my fake Hostess Pie ad. And then I also made this, which is kind of fun. Which let's see, this is on. It's like one of those character select video game screens from like a fighting game with the Boss Brigade.
Very cool.
Isn't that cool? That's fun. So it's in, I think, all 3 issues. So just so you remember who's who and stuff, But that's the cover of 5, which you were showing.
Yes.
So that's the Boss Brigade up top. The human guy is a new evil, like part of the Alchem group named Jordan Tecmo.
Is the artist is that Anton and Ian's artwork on the cover?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then
they have a kind of like a animation cell look to their work, which
really
you
like
can,
it.
You can kind of tell.
Number 6. That's these are all Ian and Anton's covers. These really fun covers. This storyline came out really good. I'm really happy with how it came out too. I think it's better than issues 1, 2, and 3. And then here's like the variant. This is a local artist. This is a variant for issue 4. This is a local artist around here named Jesse Lundberg. He's a good guy. He does my Comic-Con around here. He's doing a cover for it came out on a Wednesday as well for Alterna. And
I know you're pretty graphically savvy. Do you do a lot of the layouts on the covers, or does Pete and his staff?
Pete does most of that. I just give him the image, and he lays out all the wording and the corner boxes and everything. He wants to be involved with that. This is the other cover for 4. Which did you know this artist Chris Giarusso?
I don't.
Did you ever see? He did stuff for Marvel called the Mini Marvels, and it was like all cutesy versions of Marvel characters that look like this.
Oh, no, I wasn't aware of that.
Oh, okay. And
cool.
He had a comic with Image Comics called G-Man a while back.
Okay.
And he was doing stuff for Ahoy Comics as well. He's a guy I've known for years, going to shows. asked him to do a cover, and he was like, "Hell yeah!" This
Yeah.
cover is a kid I met at Terrificon last year or 2 years ago, named Matt Parton, and we kind of hit it off because we both went to Kubert School, and we just talked forever, and we became friends. And he wanted to do a cover for me, so
Cool.
that one came out of it. Thought that one came out really good. This one came out great too. I love this one with Mondo and the baby Bjorn.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that one a lot.
And this one's by Chris Gugliotti. He's a guy that he's done some stuff for Wildstorm. He did like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre comic, and he had some stories published, like he did some Wonder Woman story and some anthology, and so he's done some professional stuff, and he's still trying to do comics and things like that. I think he's a really good illustrator. And then these two this one's another local guy, Ed Smith. I really liked his cartoony style here. Very fun.
Cool.
Very kind of nails the fun of the book,
Yeah.
This one could be my favorite. I don't know why. It's so evil. But like this one, this is by my hero envy artist, Jorge Pacheco. And I love this. It's like a breakfast commercial gone wrong,
Yes.
It
Yeah,
reminds me of the
one.
kid from Toy Story 1, just like except with the cereal mascots, the evil bully kid.
Yeah, he's a little disturbing. So
yeah,
so how many variants were there? Were there like 6?
There's two
Or
per
of
issue.
each? Okay.
2 per issue. And I don't really count the sketch cover because that was part of the Alterna Because You Demanded It campaign. So I don't really count that one as part of this, but I just have them, from from him sending them in and stuff.
I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, Keith, but you were so nice to send me kind of your perks ahead of time.
Yeah.
Do you have some of that you can show the crowd? Because I thought those were really
I can go get them.
No problem.
If you want to wait, I'll be right back and go get some.
No problem. Either that or I have them here. So whatever you like to do.
Oh, if you have them right there, that'd probably be better. Yeah.
Okay. So let me go back out to the screen where we're together here. Let's see how I make myself a little bigger here. I want to make it so that I'm a little bigger than you. Nope, that's not it. Bear with me, guys, while I do this. I will figure it out. And maybe if I put myself on top here and I come out to here. Okay.
Oh, Amy's bringing me stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. What a nice one. Now I don't want to share this. So let me stop sharing that screen. There we are, Keith. Okay.
All right.
So guys, this is what Keith and I were
package I sent you?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. That I'm still yet to open, which I'll do in a second. Okay, so guys, Keith kind of gave me a sneak preview, and I think on an earlier show I might have mentioned that I was really impressed with his level of creativity. So tell people what this is, Keith.
Yeah, so that's a pack of trading cards, but it's also the we found the one guy in the country that has the old Topps wax wrappers that they still make.
That's amazing.
What a crazy thing trying to get that happening. But we got it going. Didn't cost crazy amounts of money, which you just have to hit this guy at the right time. But isn't that fun? I tried to design it like the old school.
It's spot on, man.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting a pack of wacky packages when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a big fan of wacky packages, so that's what I was going for. And those are the trading cards, which I love the backs of them, which is instead of stats, it has their nutritional facts. Like, and if you bother to read them all, it's all their like characteristics out of 100 points.
That's cool, man. So Boxer
there, you got Mondo. Martian. Brewster.
These are awesome. So how many of these do you have to pack in your campaign? I mean, how many of these sets did you have to assemble?
Well, we've been assembling them. So what I ended up doing is, as we were making the issues, I was ordering this stuff ahead of time, and Amy was helping me put them together. So she's kind of like Laura is like the unsung hero of our campaigns, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
So we were making them ahead of time because we knew we wanted to have them done. So when they're ready to fulfill, they're all ready. So the hardest part is me getting packages together and get them to the post office. That'll be my tough thing, and that's a sticker set. See, we went all out on that too, because the flip side of all these perks is whatever's left over, I'm planning on selling at conventions or putting for the next campaign. So that's why we did it, took the time and made them right away.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, did you print these like on your printer at home, or how did you?
No. So what we did, the little bags, that the sleeves come in, we bought those at like Michael's, and then I just went to like a Flyers website. I had the top made, and then the inside that the stickers lay on, I had that made as well. But I did it at like a light,
yeah, it's
setting,
so cool.
So it's like a background, almost like a wallpaper kind of.
It's super cool.
Thanks. Yeah, definitely. And we should have extras of those when it's done, because I ordered heavy on those. So
okay. And then I got a bookmark.
Yeah. That's actually the design on my banner too. Like when I go do shows, that's the design on the banner.
Gotcha. Very cool.
I love the tagline on that too.
They used to
save breakfast.
Beautiful. So cool. So these are like all your kind of unlocked stretch goals that people are getting.
Yep. Did I send you one of these? This is also one of the other ones that's in there. This poster by Christian Rossi.
The big one?
Hold up poster. Yep.
Let's check this out. Yeah, this is super cool.
Yeah, anyone that knows Alterna knows Christian Rossi. He's the artist on Trespasser and Voidwalker. And then also I think he's got another book coming out with Alterna called Rad Rose soon, which looks really cool. And nice. One of those guys that's super quick. Like I literally asked him if he wanted to do a poster. He said yes. I think I had that image within a week, which is amazing. Cool. Super fast artist. Yeah, I love that.
Your little hostess print there.
Yeah.
Alterna. That's awesome. Great.
Yeah, that's a little fun. That's just fun. That's the trying to tap into that era of comics.
So your campaign finished just under 20,000. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, and that's the reason I closed it down, because I was we had so many stretch goals unlocked, and we were just all right, like enough. This is too much. So we kind of shut it down. I think what I'll do for the next one is going to plan a little better so that I can leave it open the whole time. As I'm making the issues. What's that noise?
Alex wants to see a hamster's mascots crossover. That would be fun.
I would love that, but Dynamite would have to approve that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Adam says no hard stale gum.
I know. I want to, but I figured I'd get in trouble with something like that, But anyone that got the Breakfast Club member will get a little box of single serve cereal with it as well. We bought a bunch of those, so
I wanted to say this is probably the
button set.
That is so cool, especially with your card and just the way you made it kind of 3D by putting the actual buttons. That had to take some time.
Yeah, so it took a lot of time me making the buttons and then Amy putting them on the poster or the postcard there.
I can't believe you had I used to have a button maker that was more like, when you're in high school, you'd have these big badges and stuff. And you do it like with a hand vise and stuff.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that. It's,
when you told me you did your own, but they were this small, I was going, wow, that's pretty sweet. So how many of these pins with buttons, or the pin back with card with the buttons, did you have to assemble?
So I think we assembled about 500 of each button, and then
Whoa.
made 500 on the postcard. So
That's a
like
lot.
I said, we've been doing them like I'm such a meticulous planner. We've been doing them for the last 6 months, off and on.
Right.
Like Amy will, while she's working, she'll sit on a meeting and she'll put buttons on the postcards and things like that,
Super cool, Keith.
Yeah. Or if I'm watching a movie or something that I don't really have to pay attention to, I'll work on them while I'm doing that, that kind of thing.
So your goal is to try to get like 30 of these out a week? Is that what you said?
I'm going to try like heck, because I definitely want to get this stuff into people's hands. We have more boxes coming this week, because what I want to do is I want to, just so it doesn't get wrecked, I want to put everything in one box and then put that box in another box, and ship it that way.
Gotcha.
That way people's perks don't get destroyed and things like that. So we're waiting for those to come in. I think, I want to do the Breakfast Club perks first, because I feel like anyone that was like the featured perk, and anyone that bought in at $50, I feel like I owe it to them to send that first, because
right,
they spent so much money with my campaign, and definitely want to get that out to them.
Very cool, man. So this is what you sent me.
Yeah. So that was from was it the Alterna auction a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it's hefty, man. You looks like you put some heavy
original
boards
art
here
in there. So I had to go make sure it was going to end up making it there with no problems,
So if you folks didn't know, Alterna had an auction, like less than 2 weeks ago on a weekend, and the plan was that if creators wanted to donate to Pete Samedi, he had a unexpectedly high vet bill for his cat. So a bunch of creators got together and we did a kind of a fundraising auction, but then some people decided that, Pete said, it's up to you whether you want to donate to me or just,
make the money
keep the funds. So I was on another stream. I think it was it Saturday or Sunday night? I think it was
a Saturday night. Were you on Critical Blast?
Yeah, I was on Saturday morning, and I auctioned some stuff off for Pete. And then Keith says, "Oh, I'm going to be on in the evening." And so I unfortunately had a overbooking on another stream with Critical Blast. And so it was kind of getting to the point where Critical Blast was winding down. And then I saw Keith come on the screen on a YouTube channel with Pete. And I was going, I really want to know what he's going to auction. And so I was bidding on Keith's stuff without knowing he was talking, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. Okay. All I could see that you were holding up some artwork.
Yeah, you were bidding against someone else. I forget who the other person was that was bidding on it at the same time. It was awesome.
So anyways, Keith put it in a nice padded. Oh man, you used that really heavy board, Masonite or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't want it to get wrecked.
It's like you could build a house out of this stuff. It's pretty nice. Yes, it was the Lovey auction. That was really cool. Okay, so
I think Alterna is going to be doing like some kind of auction every month now or something. Every
couple months, I think, or
something like that. Where I think one of them will be just creators from Alterna, and then the other ones will just be like open to anybody kind of thing. So I think he wants to do more of them. Yeah.
Very cool, buddy.
It'll be fun.
So let me see if I can show people what you sent. Oh, you sent me hey, what's this?
Well, I remember I messaged you and I was like, do you want the X-Files Reloaded? And you're like, yeah, I could take one if you sign it. So
that's cool, man. So
yeah, now you can kind of use it like for, on your auction or something.
I'm going to keep this one, man.
Oh, you're going to keep it? Okay.
I'm going to keep it because well, I have a few of your other books that you signed, but it's very rare for me to get books that my co-creators worked on. So really? You're the only one that ever sent this one back so far. And then Rob Willis is supposed to be sending me some copies of his cover. So I'm excited for that. But I think this is what your wife drew?
Yeah.
Aw, that's so awesome.
Do you recognize that character?
It's a sketch card.
It's Boxer Bear.
Right?
Yeah, it's Boxer Bear, but it's also Boxer Bear as the icy mascot.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I think, let me see if I can find an image of it.
Your wife is so talented. Hey, Beanpad, thank you for coming. Glad you can come and check it out. So, yeah, I'm going to take this out so I can kind of show people. So if you folks did not know this, Keith's wife, Amy, is also very talented and creative. And besides being an excellent artist, she does sculptures, and kind of her niche is My Little Pony. What do you call those?
Yeah, like My Little Pony customs. Like she takes My Little Pony action figures and recustomizes them into something else. So if you share my screen, that's what she was emulating there. Remember the icy mascot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's emulating with the card.
That's so cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Amy. Is she at home with you right now, or?
Yeah, I think she's upstairs, but she might be listening.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Amy. I will treasure this. I will not sell it. Okay, so then I got those two things from you, and then let's see here, my friend. This is beautiful.
Yeah,
so this is actual.
I thought you got a great page there too. It's upside down. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
So that's a page from issue 6. Let me see if I can pull up the. Actually, I might be able to pull up the actual artwork.
So obviously, it's Boxer Bear. Who's he punching in the mouth?
So they end up fighting like a giant, like you know, the video game Centipede.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's in that issue they're fighting like a giant. Here's the actual image from the book. How the final page looks.
Oh wow!
So
that's so cool.
It's actually a great page to get because most of the mascots are on it. Plus, you got the nice action battle of Boxer knocking out the tooth of the centipede there.
Yes,
it's great. You know,
is it? Do you usually get all the artwork from the art team, the original artwork?
No, it's hard for me to get it because Ian and Anton are in Indonesia. Mm-hmm. So part of the campaign, which I don't know if I'm going to do this again for the next one, one of the perks was to get a commission by Ian and Anton, and only 3 people took advantage of it. So I had to have him ship me the 3 commissions, and he sent me like 5 pages on top of that of Mighty Mascots, and that was one of them. I sold one already, and then he only sent me 4 pages. I'm sorry. I sold one already, and I sold that one to you. So I have 2 left. I have the cover of issue 5, and I'm really debating whether to sell this page or not. I have the final page of issue 4 that has the first appearance of the Boss Brigade on it. So I'm debating on whether to sell that or not.
Do you know how much you'd sell the cover for, or not?
Oh God! The cover I'm thinking of keeping for my own personal collection. You know.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
The cover, because the cover of 5 is so great. Yeah, how good is
These are so cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Frankie B did the artwork, and
when did you print these originally? Like what year?
Actually, you know what? I had those made up when I did the original 2 issues of Reckless Chronicles, and I was just using them to sell at conventions, and then the opportunity to add them to my campaign came along, so it just made sense, you know.
These are beautiful. Do you know how many you printed, Keith, of these?
I printed somewhere in the ballpark of 1,000, but I've been selling them steadily too since I bought them. I have probably at least 500 still, but
Okay.
we'll see. We'll see after this campaign how many's left.
I think Eric, Eric asked earlier, what do you have any idea what it would cost to get like 4, 5, and 6 with the cereal box, or you still need to figure that out?
I'd have to sit down and figure that out. Probably somewhere in the ballpark of at least 20, 25 or something like that,
This is really nice and thick.
Yeah, it's like a legit like box, I actually had to contact like a box company to get it done.
And it's got
it's really good. Yeah, it's really
a nice shine on it. But
the one thing you have to be careful with when you assemble it, sometimes the lid doesn't go in quite. You have to kind of ease it in a little bit, but
okay.
Otherwise,
I was looking for my bag of crisps though.
Yeah.
In fact, you're gonna send me some crisps.
I should have. I bought like 12 boxes like 2 months ago on Amazon. You can still get it on Amazon.com, which is crazy.
This has been fun, my friend. I wanted to try to kind of keep it close to an hour, but I still have your trailer that I wanted to play.
Oh, yeah. Which one? The new one? The
8-bit one?
Yeah, that one's great.
But before we go, obviously I have your Twitter, Reckless Gleason, and your website, but you have a show too. Do you want to mention to people about?
I have my YouTube channel, Indie Comics Relay. If you just search that on YouTube, there you go. Comes right up. I do comic reviews for indie creators. We do like a nice interview show, kind of like this, on Wednesdays usually. It used to be every other Wednesday, but now people have been having so many campaigns that we've almost gone weekly at this point. But it's been good. It's just been taken off, and we just hit 500 subscribers, which is
wow. That's pretty fast. Good job.
Which is crazy. So it's good. I want to get to the 1,000 mark, and then we can maybe monetize the channel and make a little bit of money. Maybe help pay for StreamYard a little bit.
So if you're a creator and you want to get in touch with Keith about maybe appearing on his show, are you looking for guests, or are you pretty booked right now?
Yeah, anyone can reach out to me. I'm booked up until I think we're booking for late July right now, so we're definitely far ahead. But if you have a crowdfunder that you want to promote right away, we'll try to fit you in while it's active so that you can get some potential backers and things like that. But if you just want to come on and promote something in general, we'll just slot you in wherever it makes sense. Nice.
Is that how you could subscribe to your channel? Is that what Heroinberg
I think that's how it's. Yeah, I think that started that way. But I think if you use the Indie Comics Relay, I adjusted the URL.
Okay.
There you go. If you use that, that should go right to the channel.
Okay.
I think Tommy Swass is my username on there, or started to be my username on there, and that was a character from my Hero Envy days.
Oh, gotcha.
So.
Okay, cool.
Silly.
Yeah.
If you ever want to.
How did Reckless Gleason come about? If anyone ever has asked you that.
My production company, I called Reckless Sidekick Production, so I just put Reckless Gleason, just
gotcha
part of it.
Gotcha,
nothing crazy. Not like I'm really reckless.
No, you're very
pretty safe, and I hate going outside if I don't have to. But no, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say you're very just based on this campaign that Keith does. He is a stickler to detail. I mean, everything, every perk. The comic book, it's so professional. It's just
thanks. Yeah,
it's just
people
a
say
joy.
People always compliment me about the marketing stuff that I do, and it's just like I'm always kind of thinking along that lines about not representation, but like presentation, like how things look, and you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, let me play the beautiful trailer that you did. Let me take off this little banner here. And I think I loaded it up, so it should just play. I don't know if we can comment, but we'll watch it, and then maybe people can ask questions if they want. But I really like this, so here we go. Here's Keith's Mascots trailer for his new book. Short and sweet.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Pete was looking for 30-second spots, and that's what I put together so he could run it on Alterna's channel as well, you know?
That's great, man.
No, thanks, man.
What did you use to put that together?
I used the old crappy editing program that we were using in 2005 for Hero Indie stuff. It was called like Sony Vegas, and it's like an old version. Like, I don't even think you can render as an MP4 in that thing. That's how old it is, you know?
I loved all the sound effects.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good, you know? Like, the music was by one of my wife's friends on Instagram who does, like, beats like that, like 8-bit kind of beats. And she loved the comic, and she wanted to give me a beat. And I was like, I don't know where I'll use this, but I'll use it somewhere. And now we use it in our countdown, I think, on a Indie Comics Relay, and on that commercial. It was perfect, you know? So
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Well, this was a lot of fun, man. It went by fast.
I know. Well, always chatting with you is always a good time, man. You know.
Thanks, man. I'm excited for you. I wish you the best on this.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Before we go, did you like? What did you think of the lettering on the Berserker pages?
Funny that you should mention that. I'm going to share.
You're going to share one.
I'm going to share some of. Before we go, guys, if you didn't know this already, Keith and I are working on Berserker with Bill Mouse is our artist. I'm the writer. Cat Mouse, who is Bill's daughter, is the colorist on this. So this is our follow-up to X-Farce, and we're in production on this. I am hoping to ship this in June, but we're running a little bit behind, so it may not quite make June, but it's okay. We're gonna print this. We're at a $7,000 stretch goal. We're at over 6,000 right now with 2 weeks left, so I'm pretty confident we're gonna hit that. But I did put out a update today. So if you're a backer or you signed up to our mailing list, you'll probably get this in your email. But I just sent this out this afternoon, and so what I wanted to show people was some preview artwork. And I said, here's what goes into making a comic book. So the first thing we do is I write a script, and I give you like a couple different panels worth of my script. And then I showed people that the step 2 is Bill Mouse pencils the page on 11x17 artboard using my script. So Bill opted to go old school with pencils and inks on this. He didn't use digital, which he's also proficient on. So after we get his pencils approved, we tell Bill that it's time for him to ink. So he'll go in with his markers and his pens and brushes and stuff, and then he'll ink the artwork so it looks like this. And then step 4 would be his daughter Kat she colors it. So then it comes back from Kat like this. And then almost the last step would be Keith lettering it with sound effects and all that stuff. So actually this one doesn't have as many sound effects as your other pages that are still in black and white, but you're a great letterer. I really am blessed to have you. You're very fast. So folks, if you're looking for a letterer for your project, definitely look Keith up, because he's really good. He's very reasonable, and he's quick. I don't know how much time you have though now, Keith, with your campaign. You still?
I'm like I said, I work so hard ahead on certain things. I'm a meticulous planner, so I would find time, to letter a book if people needed it. I don't really. I'm weird like that. Like I think if I went and started seeking out lettering work, I probably could do well enough to maybe quit my day job, but it's hard. Like I'm like one of those guys that I like to have like a good steady backup, know that I have, a job and a steady paycheck coming in where it's like, so I kind of do lettering. I wouldn't say a hobby, but I don't advertise it either. So like usually lettering jobs will fall in my lap and that's what I take,
Yeah.
Because usually Frankie sends me stuff too, like, cause he likes my lettering. So when he does a comic project and they ask him for letterers, he always throws my name in the hat because he likes what I do with his artwork. So
you're a great letterer, man.
Thanks.
I was going to say Eric Weather seems like he gets most of the books that people are coming out with, but and he seems like he's pretty busy. So here's some of the stuff that you've done for us for the first few pages of the book. And I realized after I did my script, I crammed in a lot in the story, and I've had to edit.
Well, I think that page or that panel right there is probably the worst, but like it's still, I mean, you get what's happening there. He's reading a letter, so it's like it was going to be longer than kind of normal,
Right? Yeah. Yeah, I've had to, like, for the lettering script that I sent to you, I actually had to pare out a lot of my script that I sent to Bill because I realized
really?
after he sent me the artwork, I said, "Oh man, I didn't give Bill enough room to draw or Keith enough room to letter." So I've had to edit myself, which is very humbling as a writer.
Well, that's why I learned lettering initially, so I could do that on the fly. If something didn't come back the way I wanted it to, I could kind of play around with it and try to change up the dialogue or to make that picture make more sense or something like that. It happens a lot, so sometimes you're stuck with it if you're just the writer,
Well, I'll definitely be posting more on the updates as we get it colored, but I may be putting some black and white lettered pages, over the next couple of weeks on our update so people can see it. It's kind of like a debate. Do you actually show?
Yeah,
like,
you almost don't want to give them
stuff?
too much, like
Right.
then you got half the book on there,
Yeah, a lot of people just do like the colored work or the pencil or ink stuff. So, well, Keith, I think that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. We're running a little bit over 6 o'clock, and I was going to try to hop on Pete's open mic.
Oh yeah,
tonight.
I think I may jump on there too. He's only doing a 3-minute thing tonight, right?
That's like quick. Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, I
fast
know. Maybe just want to tell everybody the books are here and we're starting.
Yeah, cool, buddy.
That kind of thing. All right, Don. Well, I'll let you wrap up the show, and
okay,
maybe I'll see you over there.
Yeah, everybody, thank you for joining us today. We had a great time. Keith, again, thank you for taking your time, and I wish you nothing but the best, my friend. I'm sure we'll stay in touch.
Yeah,
everybody
definitely.
In the chat, thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope you have a great evening. Until next time, Keith. So your next show is this Wednesday or Thursday?
Yeah, this coming Wednesday. We have a guest on, Jack Holder, I think, who's got a Kickstarter going right now.
Okay, and then
local guy around here that we know that's both me and Johnny know. So
cool.
Probably have a good time with him.
Please like and subscribe to Keith's channel. And
yeah,
then
definitely. If you're a creator and you got a book you want reviewed or, want to come on for an interview, let me know.
Awesome. And then for myself, folks, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do that. My show normally will run on Wednesday mornings. And this week at 9 Pacific, noon Eastern, we'll have 656 Studios, and they're going to be talking about the Kryptonals. And my guest co-host will be Anthony from Dark Gift Comics. So we hope you guys will tune into that. Until next time, have a great evening or morning, wherever you may be. And again, keep smiling and take care. Right. See ya.
Later,
Bye-bye.
everybody.